Good morning. I'm in a mood to get a few long shots today. We got a 50 to 1 winner last week. Let's see if we can find something today of any interest. So we're going to start with the Australian Cup, and that's going to be fairly obvious. We've got the prices in for that, and we've got Legato here, and that's $14. So that's the first long shot I'm going to look at. Obviously, Mr. Brightside at $2.40. It will go better than last start because the longer distance I think will help. I've left out Pride of Virginia, even though it'll be right up there. And a Cascadian as a 9-year-old, I don't think I can have it. Okie doke. So if this is the current odds going into Saturday, then this would be a C plan race for Winform, backing the favourite and dodging it with Legato. So you won't have too many problems out there. Now in race 7, I've got a better one for you. And let's hope it comes up. Yes. So in this one, I like the King will be first up, currently $81. And if you're lucky, you might get about $13 the place, as I say, if you're lucky. I do think the favourite Estrella is going to be very, very hard to beat, particularly if the King wasn't in it. And that's at $3.30. So just giving you a look at the King, and you'll find that his form was very good. Won at Kembla, got beaten at Rosehill, won at Wyong, smart time too. And then, pardon me, the Gold Coast led most of the way and then just collapsed a little bit at the finish to be beaten 1.7 lengths behind Lavish Empire. But have a look at the time, absolutely sensational. It's a 69.5, so going very well. The other one I'm going to be looking for today is Lavish Empire, if we can find him. But anyway, that one would be hard to beat too. So that's the first two legs of the quaddie in for you. I've also thrown in I Am Unstoppable into the Quinella. In race 9, I've left that one alone. Salino's an 8-year-old, but possibly okay. And Port Cologne. Now Salino has had some good runs, so look here, 13th of May last year. Ran a 64.8 over the 2,800 metres. It's 2,600 this time. Has not done a lot since, but 2 runs from a spell. Well, never know. But as you can see, it's a long shot. In Port Guillaume, it ran a 61.7 at roughly this distance last year. And in March, well, it's been going no good. It's had 3 reasonable runs and then an absolute dud at Moonee Valley over 3,200 metres. So you can tell why it's such a long price. So I'm not recommending anybody run out and do something silly. But, you know, if you want to have a couple of dollars on each of those, they're a chance. Glentanius, on the other hand, was a good second last start. Won at Flemington over the 2,800 back in January, and also Moonee Valley 2,500. It's come from overseas, and Friedman's looking after it. Barrier 11 is, well, not a big run to the first turn, but nevertheless, a hearty chance, Glentanius. So that's your backup plan. So I would think you would have to back that. A couple of dollars on each of those. Never know your luck. Race 10, Rheinberg. I've got that well on top. It is the favourite, roughly, at a wider price at $4.40. And I leave that to your imagination. Do what you want with that. Shove Over is the last start. Went out at the Caulfield Heath. And at Flemington, it recorded a 55.1 when it was first up over the 1,200 back on the 13th of January. So they're the 2 major chances in that race. Okie doke. Flemington race 4. Amina looks probably a better chance than Flyer. And so not a lot to talk about in that race. In race 5 in Sydney, we have got Vienna Princess and Macarena. Macarena is a good qualifier under one of our plans. But I wouldn't mind being on the 2 of those. And you've still got Gently Rolled and Alentia. Alentia was disturbing last start. Should have done much better and didn't. But it's still got the early form and it can come back and do something. So 3 or 4 chances in that race, but it's not part of the league of the trifecta anyway. So in race 6, we've got that Lavish Empire, as I mentioned before. listed at $126. Okay, but if we go back to there and we look at the Gold Coast, it run a 74.9 when it was winning there. Then at the Gold Coast again was beaten 4 lengths. That was in a much higher class, also blocked for a run near the turn. Opened up just beaten over a length, just a break-in run on the 13th of March. Second up should go much better, I think. This is a Group 3, but capable of it, I think. And I will be certainly having something each way on Lavish Empire. Hawaii 5-0 is a much better horse, as you know. Did a 71.4 at Randwick on the 14th of October, and that was a really good run. And on the ratings, it's put in some good races too, with a 101, 98 and 94. It's well up in the 99s anyway, so it's been very good. Just hasn't managed to win as many races as we possibly thought it would. But anyway, Lavish Empire, 126 to 1. That wouldn't be a bad price each way. Anyway, I'm not really excited about the quaddie in Rosehill, but in race 7, I think we'll probably get it in Orchestral and Kamoshi. Well, Orchestral's at $1.60, which doesn't give us much room to play in. If there's any money back options on Kamoshi, that's how I'd go with that one. In race 8, we've got Calipore on top and Post Impressionist. Now Calipore was second over the 2000, but beaten a bit over 4 lengths, put in a 76 over here over the 2600, and that's a pretty good run, and so we've got to give it a chance. But Post Impressionist ran really, really well in winning last start, second up from a spell, but being one of these overseas horses, it'll probably give a reasonable run in that. $2.40, once again, that would be a C-plan race. Okay, so there's money to make there. In a race 9, however, you've got Coin Toss, Ama Victorious, and so on, a whole lot of horses here which are not really fit to run yet. Something you can look at later, but certainly I'd have a look at those two. And Bold Mac was a good 4th last start. Maybe it's a chance again today, but look, it looks like being a big price. If it is, it'd be worth having something on it. And look back here, it did a 68.3 on July last year. 4 runs from a spell. This is the one, 13th to finish 4th. Only beaten a length and a half behind Democracy. It was $41 that day. And unfortunately, my each way bet just didn't cut it. Okay, in the last race, it's Powerful Peg from I Know a Star and Sweet Mercy. They're the 3 ones you probably got to be on. You can see Sweet Mercy here is at $31, $12, $5, and the favourite here, Willado, is $3.60. So maybe you can do something with those top 4 runners there. I am expecting Powerful Peg to improve. Hasn't done anything much since Warwick Farm in July last year. Yes, it won a follow-up at Rose Hill. But yes, the last few runs haven't been that great. However, at Randwick in the Group 3, only beaten 2.5 lengths. So could be a chance. I don't like the barrier 15, and that's the main thing against it. So my sister-in-law is named Peg too. That would be a worry. Anyway, not to worry. Noah Story is first up. I know a star. I know a star. Okay, look, like me, whatever, subscribe, do what you can, and I'll see you next time.